Alright, this first level is called D, just the letter D. Let's keep it simple. And in this video, we're going to be grinding to 100 first clears because that's close enough to finishing Course World. And the first thing we want to do in this level is make sure this on-off block is set to on, which is a little difficult with the music note blocks to make sure it's switched on and stays on. And then after we succeed, we want to get down there before somebody else beats the level before us, which might happen any moment now while we're fucking around. A lot of people play Mario Maker too, you know, and I'm sure a lot of people browse by new. So, we kind of can't afford to do stupid shit like that. That being said, this level's a little bit of a mess. There are 4 entrances to it, even though it doesn't seem to be multiplayer. There's just a bunch of items scattered around everywhere without any rhyme or reason, seemingly. And you have to wait for the invincibility to wear off to get down this pipe. So, I think the chances that somebody didn't finish it are pretty good. I think we probably got that one first, just because that level is kind of designed like nonsense. And we're gonna like the level anyway, because it's perfectly legal to like things they think are confusing and bad, and you can't do anything about that. I still liked the level. This next level is Piranha Plateau, and it's themed in the sense that piranhas come out of every fucking green pipe in this level. But it seems like there was sufficient effort put in to actually make a real level here that's cohesive and follows a structure. There's actual power-ups. There's a 1-up hidden here between 2 piranhas that shoot fire, incredibly difficult to get. Lots of optional challenges. It's a real level. And there's a lot to be said about designing upper and lower paths, each with their own unique hazards and jumps that are slightly trickier to make with greater rewards. That's good game design. That's a good thing to do. I just, you know, as much as this level's alright, and I liked it, it wasn't super compelling to play. Felt like maybe the level was obsessed with one particular enemy type that I didn't like so much, but me not liking the enemy type doesn't mean that the level's not good. It just means that that I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have, per se. I also just in general am more inclined to the other themes that aren't the NES games, but, you know, maybe there's a very good reason that this theme was used. Maybe there are reasons he couldn't have used any of the other themes, and maybe I shouldn't gender someone without knowing their gender. Or maybe the person that made this level just liked this theme. I mean, the pipes look really pretty in this theme. I will give it that. Maybe you can't do sloped pipes in 3D World or New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. How should I know? This section is really cool though, where you can like climb on these vines to try and get up there before the water helps you, just in case you're fast enough. There's a lot of stuff to appreciate about the design here. Something that I didn't necessarily appreciate about the design is when you get all the way over here, and it's clear you need a P-switch, and I could not for the life of me imagine where I might have left a P-switch, or if there was a hidden P-switch block maybe, or if like getting in this little alcove in the center of the screen right here would help me find the hidden P-switch block, or it doesn't, but I was very confused. The P-switch, it turns out, is all the way back here. It just sort of gets spat out. Maybe it was super obvious that that spawned a P-switch, and it was my fault for glancing over it, but the level is very visually busy, so it would have been nice if there was something pointing to that particular pipe. And that's the level. It's very consistently themed, has some really nice design and risk-reward platforming in it. Just don't like Piranha Plants so much, but it was still a nice level. This level is called What The, and it's sort of just like a level made by someone who really enjoys the glitch effect. And that's really all that I can glean from this level. It's incredibly straightforward and short, and then you go through a pipe and the glitch effect triggers, and the end of the level is just right up ahead after this glitch effect. Maybe I was platforming through the level wrong, maybe I was meant to go down low instead of jumping over everything, but I can't imagine that would have made the level too much more engaging. And I'm not gonna boo it. I didn't like it, but I didn't like dislike it either. And this one is Mario has to serve the right guy. It's a picador. Of course it is. We have to get this Koopa killed, the Koopa will drop a key, and then we just kind of have to guess which of these doors is the right door. It's the first one, by the way. And I think in pick-a-door levels, the first door should always be the right door, because people would still pick the other doors just out of disbelief that it could always be the first door. I think that would be kind of cool. That way, every time I get a pick-a-door level, I could just choose the first door in the knowledge that I'm right, and that's always the right door. But that's okay, because after we get 100 first clears, I'm not playing any more Mario Maker levels. Individual Mario Maker levels, I mean. I'll still play multiplayer. This level is a Spike Battleship, and it's... I mean, so the idea is that the spikes throw balls and kill the chain chomps, and they have to kill all 19 chain chomps before we can exit the level. And I'm absolutely positive there's a way to influence this course of events, so that way they kill all 19 chain chomps quicker. But I'm also fairly certain that anybody who found this level while browsing new, played it for a couple seconds, and was like, nope, fuck this, I don't want anything to do with this, so we're just gonna wait here for the spikes to kill the chain chomps, and then claim our victory, and our first clear. The reason I'm grinding first clears, besides the fact that I like being the first person to complete and experience things, it's kind of an adventure if I do that. The other reason I'm grinding first clears is because you have to stop playing games at some point, even ones that are supposed to be endless. And I feel like getting 100 first clears is a perfectly fine place to stop playing individual single-player Mario Maker levels. Can still play multiplayer co-op and multiplayer versus until I get some unlocks or reach a specific goal or milestone, but after I get 100 first clears, I think that's it for individual single-player Mario Maker levels. I can't spend my whole life playing Mario Maker. It's got to be done sometime. You know, if a game doesn't have a win condition, you got to make one yourself, and I'm perfectly fine with that. My win condition is very clear to me. It's time for Run. Run is a bad level. Run is the level where you just hold the run button and move to the right. The only way we could reasonably get first clear on a level like this is if we just happen to be the first people to click on the level. It's not a well-designed level. There's nothing to engage with, and there's a bunch of levels exactly like it. And I mean exactly like it. But we still got first clear. I'm still gonna boo it though, because it's bad. Alright, this level is Enmey Cave. It's kind of exactly like the last level. The primary difference being that, well, I mean, somebody placed a lot of blocks in weird and arguably creative places. So even though it requires exactly as much effort as the previous level and is just as unengaging as the previous level, at least more effort went into it visually. It's still bad though. It's never fun to get first clears on a level like this, because that's part of my journey to 100, and it's like, maybe I don't want that to be part of my journey, but I can't help it now. I was the first person to clear that level. Kamek's Night Fright attack, though, is tied for my favorite level I recorded for this video. The idea is to destroy 10 Magic Koopas, and I just think the Magic Koopas are the most fun enemy to fight in Super Mario World. They teleport around, they're a genuine threat, and you have to jump pretty precisely, or else you'll accidentally jump into the arc of the magic blast they're firing. They're just like fun enemies that require thoughtfulness to take out. And it's sort of a collectathon level. You're collecting the enemies, really, but they're also red coins. And that glass shattering sound that plays every time a poison mushroom appears really makes me think that someone's shattering glass in real life. They're not. But one of these times they might be. And I might think it's Mario Maker instead. And then what, Nintendo? Then what will you do? If someone breaks into my house and I just think it's a Mario Maker sound. But yeah, look at the cool jumps you can do in this level to take out the Magic Koopas quickly. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel skilled. It's a lot of tight maneuvering that you can get done. There's an ever-present threat in the constant stream of poison mushrooms, in addition to the Magic Koopas just generally being hard to fight. And this encounter and this room right here is probably my favorite. Like, there's a ton of poison mushrooms on the ground. The Magic Koopa, you have to sort of bait it into being in a position you can actually reach. Might have to tank a hit if you're not good enough, like I did. The encounters are designed thoughtfully. And this encounter in particular kind of scared me. I knew I could handle it. But, you know, the physics on the bigger Magic Koopa were a mystery to me, and this jump right here, kind of scary, just jumping between those two magic blasts. I knew it was possible. I think I was warranted in being just a bit frightened in that circumstance, at least. I kind of wonder whether this poison mushroom can fall down after you and kill you while you're standing on the pipe to exit. That would be miserable if that did happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was possible, or if that was the intended hazard in that room. But yeah, I really like that level. The only reason it's tied for my favorite that I recorded for the video is because I really, 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 really like the next one also. This level, FZero Final Lap, reminds me of the 3D Sonic games I love most. You go blazingly fast, you have to jump at just the right time, and while in 3D Sonic games there isn't technically a clear condition like keep the car, I always enforce a clear condition on myself, like don't get hit or finish fast enough to get an S rank. But look at how cool that was. Look at how well you had to time those jumps to get over every hazard. You have to be aware of the car physics and how the car interacts with boost pads. It's fun shit. Really, really like that one. And I think the last one is Jungle Adventures, the last one on the road to 100 first clears. And the description for this level mentions finding a hidden P-switch. That's always a little disheartening, because P-switches can be fucking anywhere, and you'll see me searching for them. Because, you know, he mentioned that there's a hidden one, and I want to find it, because it's probably necessary to finish the level if he mentioned that there was one. The level also said to beware Wiggler. And Wiggler's one of the many hazards in this level, so I guess you should beware him. Just not any more or less than the other hazards, really. I actually did find the hidden P-switch by complete accident, when I do find it. It wasn't in a clever place or anything. It's just sort of right there. Found it completely by accident. The thing is that we're going to use the P-switch, but I'll fumble jumping up the P-switch platforms. That doesn't matter, though. The fact that I'm completely fucking shitting all over this platforming challenge doesn't matter, because you can just wall jump up here. The P-switch isn't even mandatory. I'm not sure if he knew that. And then we're just going to flail around in the water near the end of the level for a bit, because I'm scared of the Cheep Cheeps, and I really just want the level to be over. And you know, maybe I would prefer if I didn't look like a complete idiot during this recording, but this was the run on which I finished the level, so that's the run you get to see. And that's all there is to it. Alright, we've successfully completed 100 first clears, which was my favorite thing to do in Course World. So that's that. No more individual Mario Maker levels. I booed it just because you could wall jump past the platforming challenge. That's the only reason I booed that level. Otherwise, I liked it.